Yo, what to do with the two, man? It's your boy Patriots Preferences here, man. And today, I'm here to talk about the Patriots potentially drafting Abdul Carter and how I feel about it and why I think it would be a good selection if this was to be our selection when the draft comes up, and if we decided to then obviously pick him. So one, I want to talk about how Abdul Carter is obviously and easily the best defensive player in this draft. Now, obviously, Will Johnson puts up a good fight, but even Will Johnson is not a player I look at and say he's generational talent. He's definitely the best cornerback in the class. Well, honestly, that's another good reason right there. I wouldn't even say he's the best cornerback in the class, because you could definitely still say it's Travis Hunter. So even though Will Johnson is primarily a defender, instead of like Travis Hunter, where Travis Hunter plays the athlete role where he plays both sides, Travis Hunter still could take the cake for being the best wide receiver and corner. So I don't even want to say that for Will Johnson. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to what I said. Abdul Carter is easily the best defensive player in the country coming into this draft. Now, obviously, things can change, when the NFL season starts, whatever. But we're talking about coming into the draft, and coming into the draft is easily Abdul Carter. So I totally understand why people want the Patriots to draft him. You know what I'm saying? Well, Patriots fans, obviously, people like besides us, nobody wants the Patriots to be good, so they're not gonna want us to pick him. But I get why Patriots fans want us to pick Abdul Carter, and I'm gonna give you my take on the whole situation and on how I feel about that. So for one, I know a lot of people are gonna say Harold Landry. We just got Harold Landry, and Harold Landry had 9 sacks last year and all of this whatnot. But if you look at Harold Landry's advanced stats, they're not that good. And even off of eye test alone, Harold Landry is not as good as his stats may portray. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be an unbiased fan right now. When you genuinely watch Harold Landry, you will be deceived by his stats. It's kind of like that one year where Shea had like 10 sacks for us, but realistically, they were just a bunch of cleanup sacks, and that's just what it was. Now, obviously, Harold Landry has had multiple good seasons in the NFL, so I definitely don't want to say he hasn't proven himself to be capable of being a good defender. Obviously, he has. But last season, I see a lot of Patriots fans going off of last season's stats, and I'm going to be honest. Last season is not the best season to, judge him off of. If you want to judge him as a player, you should judge him off of the years prior. Last year is not the best year. But even though I say that, obviously he still does have the stats. So I still got to take that into account. But with that being said, if Abdul Carter was to come into our defense, I think he easily is the best player on our defensive seven. Now, obviously, Barmore is really great. You know what I'm saying? Barmore is really good. But we need edge, and edge holds so much value for what our defense could be coming up this season. We already addressed the interior, so that's why I say that. So with us addressing the interior, if we get somebody like Abdul Carter, now we address the edge, and we get those two things out of the way. We get the edge out of the way, and we get the interior out of the way. Now a lot of teams are struggling to roll out of the pocket, run on the outside, run on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And Abdul Carter is even one of those great linebackers to where he can drop back in coverage and maybe even get you a pick, a pass deflection, or something, because he is also fast. He can keep up with these running backs in the backfield. He can even keep up with a slower slot receiver. So I totally understand why people want Abdul Carter on the Patriots. And if you go to even just if you even go based off of just his stats, bro, the dude had 22, 23 sacks, I think. And the one thing that I can say is a little bit of a flaw, which I don't even look at it as a flaw. I kind of look at it as a plus. A lot of people are saying, oh, but this is his first year at DN, so I think that's not so good. But, bro, I think that just means that he can adapt. at any position that you put him in. So I don't even look at that as a flaw. I look at that as a pro. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if the Patriots were to select Abdul Carter, I would be cool with it. Now, do I want us to pick Abdul Carter? Not really, but as I said, I would be perfectly fine with it. But that would be the end of the video, man. And peace, y'all.